This essay, The Condition of India, it has been written by Mahatma Gandhi ji, and this essay deals with mainly the condition, as the title is suggesting also, the condition of India. Through this, through the very first few lines, we come to know that India is in a very bad condition. Okay, as Gandhiji mentions that India is in a very bad condition. It is a sad condition, and not because of English people, but because of modern civilization. India is in a very bad condition, and the reason Gandhiji finds behind it only modern civilization. It is a modern civilization that is just like a monster, and under whom India is growing. So this situation is growing more and more every day, yet there is time to escape it. Gandhiji regards that being deeply influenced with religion, he complains that India is going to be devoid of religion. And Gandhiji this time he is not thinking of the Hindu religion, of the Muslim religion, of any other religion. He is not talking of a particular religion, but he is thinking of the religion which underlines all religions. Means everybody is going away from God. So here is not a matter of religion, but he regards that everybody, we are turning away from God, that everyone, oh everybody is going away from God. So let us just have a text. Reader is asking from an editor, I now understand why the English hold India. I should like to know your views about the condition of our country. The condition of our country, that is India. And what is the reply of editor? It is a sad condition. Okay, when the editor is being asked by its reader that what is the condition of India, then he gets this kind of answer that the condition of India, or the condition of our country is very poor. It is very bad condition, it is very pathetic condition, or it is a very sad condition. In thinking of it, my eyes water. And now the editor, he whatever he is saying, that is coming from his heart, and at the time of telling the truth, he gets very emotional. And what he says, that whenever I think of the condition of India, my eyes gets watered and my throat gets parched. I find myself completely speechless. I don't have words to express the pathetic condition of my country, India, and there comes tears in my eyes at the time of thinking of the condition of my country. So I have grave doubts whether I shall be able sufficiently to explain what is in my heart, and whenever I think of my country, I feel myself helpless, and I think whether I will be able to tell the reality, to explain whatever is going in my heart about my country or for my country. So here we find that Mahatma Gandhi, he is very sensitive and he is very serious at the condition of his country India. It is my deliberate opinion that India is being ground down. So what Mahatma Gandhi thinks, and what here is being told through editor, that India is being ground down. Okay, it is being it is just, we can say that it is coming down, it is going to be destroyed. How? Not under the English heel, and it is not because of the English people, not because of the English culture, but under that of modern civilization. So the main condition, the sad condition or the pathetic condition of India is because of the modern civilization. Mahatma Gandhi, he has focused here that if a few wrong things are taking place in the country, that is only because of this kind of modern civilization that has entered our country, that has affected the youth of our country. And because of this modern civilization, India is growing under the monster. So who is or what is monster here? It is modern civilization. Modern civilization is just like a monster, and under the effect of this monster, under the influence of this monster, terrible weight, right? And we are unable to come out of the grip of the control of this monster. So there is yet time to escape it, but in spite of that we have a hope. We can come out of this. Because there is, in spite of that, there is a time to escape this monster, to escape this modern civilization. But every day makes it more and more difficult. But as the time is passing, it is being very difficult to come out of its grip or out of its terrible weight. So, religion is dear to me, and my first complaint is that India is becoming irreligious. So, here we find a very important point uttered by or written by Mahatma Gandhi. What he thought, the very first condition, that India's condition is very bad. And why? Because of its modern civilization. And another thing is that he is very sad to feel that India, that was supposed to be a very spiritual country, very religious country, and now the people of India, oh, India is going to be irreligious. And religion, no doubt religion was very dear to Mahatma Gandhi, but nowadays what he is feeling, that people, they don't have faith in religion. Here I am not thinking of the Hindu or the Mohammedan or the Zoroastrian religion, okay. And what the editor is saying, that here I am not talking of a particular religion, not of Hindu religion, not of Muslim religion, of any other religion, but what he is feeling this time, that which underlies all religions, we are turning away from God. So this is the main point, and these are the main points uttered by Mahatma Gandhi. Why, or what is the reason of the bad condition of India? The very first thing, effect of modern civilization. Second thing, that India is being irreligious. And third thing, very very important, that Indians, they are turning away from God. We are going very far from our God. It doesn't matter that whether it is the God of Hindu, or it is the God of Muslim, or it is the God of any other religion, but we are going very far from that divine power, from that supreme power. And this is why? Because we are getting irreligious. So how so? Okay, reader is asking, how so? There is a charge laid against us that we are a lazy people. Okay, and now another point is of Mahatma Gandhi, that Indians, they are always charged with laziness, and this is the charge, that Indians are lazy people, they are inactive or they are sluggish, and that Europeans are industrious and enterprising. So here Mahatma Gandhi is telling that there is supposed to be a very important difference between both Europeans and Indians, that Indians people, they are always thought to be sluggish, thought to be inactive. On the contrary, Europeans are supposed to be very diligent or very hardworking or very industrious, means they are supposed to be very active person, and this is why that they are enterprising. So the charge of being lazy is laid against Indians, while the Europeans are appreciated, they are praised that they are very active or they are very laborious. And accepting this charge, we wish to change our condition. We are not ashamed to regard this or to hear this, that we are inactive, we are lazy, but we accept this. We have accepted this charge. What kind of charge? That we are lazy people or we are inactive people, and we have accepted the charge, and we therefore wish to change our condition. Okay, no, it is not shameful for us, it is not we can say it is not a disgrace, so we are not taking it just like an insult, But we are accepting this, that whatever is being told about us, that we are not laborious, we are not hard working, we accept this, and this is why that we want to change our present condition, that is very bad. Hinduism, Islam, or Zoroastrianism, Christianity, and all other religions teach that we should remain passive. Okay, all the religion, they always preach us, they always insist on being lazy, that means being passive. About what? About worldly pursuits, about materialism, about worldly, that we must be very far from the worldly desires, worldly things, or materialism, and active about godly pursuits. We should not follow, we should not chase worldly things, but we should give our whole energy only to the godly pursuits. So we must give our energy and time to God and not to the worldly people. It is always preached, it is always taught through all different kinds of religion, that we should set a limit to our worldly ambition. It is not bad to be ambitious, but not to be over ambitious. We must try to make a limit of our worldly desires, of our worldly ambitions, of our worldly luxurious things, and that our religious ambition should be illimitable. Illimitable, that is, there should not be a limit of religious ambition. We must be ambitious, but not worldly ambitious. Religious ambition must be there in our heart, and there should not be any limit of it. So our activity should be directed into the later channel. So that has been told by editor, and a very pathetic, a very heart touching essay we find here, that accepting this charge that yes, we are lazy, we are sluggish, and the Europeans, they are very industrious. All religion teach us, all religions teach us to be passive about worldly pursuits and active about godly pursuits. Okay, our worldly ambitions should be limited, and religious ambitions should be extended. Religious ambitions should be extended, and the change against religion of leading the people astray is unlawful. There is humbug in all religions, but religious humbug is less bad than the worldly humbugs. So Gandhiji is trying to show the humbug of civilization and not the religious humbug of civilization. It is also a fact that Hindus and Mohammedans fought against one another in the name of religion. We all know this, that there is always a Hindu-Muslim rights, there is always a fighting between Hindus and Muslim, and they always make a fight in the name of religion. And again, it is also religion which led Christians to fight against Christians, and is also responsible of murdering and burning a number of innocent people. So this is worse than any other civilization. Okay, we find all these points. You seem to be encouraging religious charlatanism. Many a cheat has, by talking in a similar strain, led the people astray. So it is only our religion that make people astray. You are bringing an unlawful charge against religion. Humbug there undoubtedly is about all religions. Where there is light, there is also shadow. I am prepared to maintain that humbugs in worldly matters are far worse than the humbugs in religion. The humbug of civilization that I am endeavoring to show to you is not to be found in religion. Now the editor is again asked, how can you say that in the name of religion, Hindus and Mohammedans fought against one another for the same cause? Christians fought Christians. Thousands of innocent men have been murdered, thousands have been burnt and tortured in the name of religion, okay, in its name. Surely this is much worse than any civilization. So that Gandhiji here mentioned the hypocrisy in the name of religion. I certainly submit that the above hardships are far more bearable than those of civilization. Everybody understands that the cruelties you have named are not part of religion, although they have been practiced in its name. We all know this fact that in the name of religion there are murders, there are killings, there are bloodshed. But we also know this that religion never encourages these cruelties. Means religion never say or never asks about violence, about bloodshed, about killing, murder, burning, or hating each other or one another. No, religion never encourages these kinds of cruelties. Yet they have been practiced. They have been practiced in its name. So everybody understands that, right? And therefore there is no aftermath to these cruelties. They will always happen so long as there are to be found ignorant and credulous people, but there is no end to the victims destroyed in the fire of civilization. Its deadly effect is that people come under its scorching flames, believing it to be all good. And this is the main harm of this, that we all know each and everything, but in spite of that, we come to the deadly effect. We come to it being aware of its effect, that it will give us only harm, and there is no use of all these things in the name of religion. They become utterly irreligious and in reality derive little advantage from the world, because these things are not going to give any profit or any advantage to this universe. Civilization is like a mouse neighing while it is soothing us. When its full effect is realized, we shall see that religious superstition is harmless, okay, compared to that of modern civilization. Gandhiji regards that religious superstition is better than modern civilization. Means if we are superstitious, it is much better than to be modern. I am not pleading for a continuance of religious superstitions. We shall certainly fight them tooth and nail, but we can never do so by disregarding religion. Means we must follow religion. We should not go away from our God. We must never be irreligious. We can only do so by appreciating and conserving the later. Then you will contend that the Pax Britannica is a useless encumbrance. You may see peace if you like, I see none. You make light of the terror that the Turks, the Pindaris and the Bhils were to the country. So this is the last paragraph of this essay, in which we are going to have the editor's another answer. And what he says, if you give the matter. So here the influence of modern civilization is deadly when it is compared to religious superstition. It proves harmful, and without disregarding religion we should fight against superstitions. According to Gandhiji, peace is only for name. It is this peace which has made us coward. If we are tortured, we should suffer it. But if other people save us from that torture, it is like a sport. So India is full of valor without such protection, and there is absence of fear among Indians, and this is her true strength. The Pindaris, Bhils and Thugs are our countrymen, and it is our work to have victory over them also. We cannot achieve our goal till we are afraid of our own brethren. So that is Bhils, Thugs, okay, or Pindaris. If you give the matter some thought, you will see that the terror was by no means such a mighty thing. If it had been a very substantial thing, the other people would have died away before the English advent. Moreover, the present peace is only nominal, for by it we have become emasculated and cowardly. So we are not to assume that the English have changed the nature of the Pindaris and the Bhils. It is therefore better to suffer the Pindari peril than that someone else should protect us from it and thus render us effeminate. So what Gandhiji wanted here, that it is this peace which has made us coward. I should prefer to be killed by the arrow of a bhil than to seek unmanly protection. India without such protection was an India full of valor. Macaulay betrayed gross ignorance when he libelled Indians as being practically cowards. They never merited the charge. Cowards living in a country inhabited by hardy mountaineers and infested by wolves and tigers must surely find an early grave. Have you ever visited our fields? I assure you that our agriculturists sleep fearlessly on their farms. And here Gandhiji is going to give a description of the farmers, that how much brave they are, because they don't have any fear in their heart at the time of sleeping in their own farms. And even it also takes place today. But the English and you and I would hesitate to sleep where they sleep. Strength lies in absence of fear. So if you don't have a fear in your heart, this means that you are very brave, because it is only because of the presence of fear that we are weak, or we feel weakness, not in the quantity of flesh and muscle we may have on our bodies. Moreover, I must remind you who desire home rule that after all the Bhils, Pindaris and the Thugs are our own countrymen, and we must also give them respect because they are also our brother. So to conquer them is your and my work. So long as we fear our own brethren, we are unfit to reach the goal. And why does it happen that we are afraid of our own brothers? Because they are our brothers, but our function is to conquer them and not to be afraid them. So we must not be afraid of our brothers, of other Indians, but we must try to get a victory all over of them without having a presence of fear in our heart. So that was the essay, The Condition of India.